is something that when we hear the term and when we think about it, it brings out the shaking of fist, the sudden fear, the trembling and the anger, and the sudden I don't know what to do sort of thing. Is it gas prices? Is it overpriced coffee? No, it's SEO. SEO, search engine optimization. There's not a lot of things in life that can bring that sort of panic other than maybe public speaking. When we think of SEO and we think of search engine optimization, we think, what in the world? That is so many things. There's all of these sort of things that are involved with SEO. And yes, that is true. There's a lot of things that are involved in SEO. But I'm here today to break down 3 key areas of what you can do for your 2024 SEO website content strategy. So we're going to look at 3 areas that you can focus on when it comes to SEO website content strategy for 2024 and beyond. And I want to make sure that you're set up for success. So I'm going to dive into some concepts. Not going to be too long. You can check out my blog, which is linked below for a little bit more detail. But 3 areas that I want to look at is one, we want to look at researching and taking relevant keywords, put it into your content. Now, I know you're probably like, Roger, you literally just said that SEO and all these sort of things, yes, they involve keywords and a lot of other things, but I already know that. Well, yeah, but we want to make sure that one, we're doing keyword research, descriptive URLs, page titles, meta description, content, right? We're thinking of all those things, but really it comes down to this. What is it that you want to talk about? And what is it that you're trying to convey across to your readers, and make sure that you have that it's a good user experience and a great call to action. You also want to make sure that your URL is descriptive enough. So, for example, let's say you're talking about, how to, make a really great hot dog. I'm not a huge fan of hot dogs. That's just the first thing that came to mind because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm hungry, so I could probably eat a hot dog. But let's say that you're gonna say 5 steps to make the world's greatest hot dog. Well, your URL is going to be the address on the top, www.something.com/ and so your descriptive URL is what's going to come after, so it's the title. Now, if your title of your blog post is something 3 awesome and amazing steps to make the world famous, most amazing hot dog that will make you slap your mama and make you super happy, and something like really long, you don't want to put all that. You just want to put 3 steps for a great hot dog. So you want to put 3 steps for great hot dogs, right? Like that could be your URL. That's a little technical. That's all right. Because you also want to make sure that you're thinking of these things, right? Because you want to think about, well, what is the keywords that I'm going to incorporate throughout my blog post? What are the page title that I'm going to use? What is the description that when people are searching for this thing on Google, that when they see that, they're like, yeah, I want to know about hot dogs. All right, I need to stop talking about hot dogs because I'm starting to get real hungry. So you want to make sure that what you're doing with your SEO, that you're making sure that that technical part of that SEO is descriptive enough so that one, the Google gods can understand and crawl your site, and when they get to your site, they're like, oh, okay, I know exactly what this is about, so that when somebody is typing in how to make the world's best hot dog on Google, your article will show up because you've done 3 things. You've built authority by being visible and by gaining people's trust. And those are 3 things that you want to do. Check out the blog post for a little bit more because I talk about EEAT and what that is: experience, expertise, authority, and trust. And Google really looks for those things. So the more content you put out there, the more things that you start to show that you have experience and you have expertise and you have authority in that, Google is going to trust you because more people are going to trust you and show that your content is good. So you want to make sure that when you're writing your blog post, that by putting those things in there, that you're making sure that Google is going to see that and others will start seeing it. Because what you want is that you want people to get to your website and you want them to stay on longer. So one of the things that you do is point number 2 is make sure that you're creating engaging content. Make sure that it's well written. Make sure that it's engaging. Make sure that it shows your experience, your expertise, and your authority. And you do that by making sure that you're visible, you're gaining, you're building authority, and you're gaining trust. And you do that by making sure that it's engaging. we're all in the world of AI now, and so now you can go to AI and chat GPT or whatever, you can type in something and it'll spit out something. The thing is though, is that it's just secondhand information. It's literally just finding something and just throwing it together. And there is nothing that an AI can do that can replace your feelings, your experience, and your expertise. Although if you've seen Westworld, they've gotten pretty close, but that's beside the point. But you want to make sure that your experience and your expertise in your field shows up in that content. And the way that you're going to do that is by thinking about, okay, well, what is it that I'm really good at? What is it that in my field, that in my industry, in my business, that I know that an AI cannot generate? Because when you do that, when you start talking from your experience and your authority, you're doing something that a lot of other people aren't doing, because they're just going to Google or they're just going to ChatGPT and they're just typing something in and maybe changing a word here or there and just throwing it out there. But when you start to make unique, engaging content, you are going to start to build trust, and you're going to start getting more authority, and more people are going to get to your website. They're going to stay on longer, and they're going to book a call. They're going to schedule a call. They're going to turn more visitors into clients, because that's really what it's about. The third thing that you want to do is that you want to make sure that your website is fast, looks good, it's a great mobile experience, right? You have less than 5 seconds to do 2 things: answer the 3 questions and to make sure that it looks good. You've all heard the saying that we're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but the thing is that we all do. I know I do. In fact, I just got a great book the other day and I was like, that's a cool cover. It's an author I already know, but I judged a book by its cover. And the thing is that people will judge your website. You have less than 5 seconds for people, one, to make a judgment call on how your website looks, how fast it loads, and if you're answering the 3 questions that they're asking when they get there. And if you're interested about that, I do have a link to that blog post in below, as well as my 5 website essentials where we talk about that. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that not only is your content engaging, you want to make sure that you're targeting your audience with keyword research, with descriptive URLs, kind of that technical SEO, but you want to make sure that you are targeting your audience by making sure that your content is relevant, it's unique, and it builds your experience and your expertise by giving a firsthand account of what you know. And you want to make sure that you give a great user experience, making sure that your site loads fast and it looks great. So those are 3 things that you can do to prepare for 2024 for your SEO website content strategy. If you're interested, I do have my blog below where you can check it out. I have links to other things in my website, such as my 5 website essentials, so you can make sure that your website is effective and that you can make sure that you're answering the 3 questions that every visitor is asking. If you have any more questions, leave some comments down below. Don't forget to check out my website and check out the blog so you can read a little bit more detail, especially when it comes to the Google phrase EEAT. Check that out because that's really important too. If you have any questions, I look forward to hearing your questions down below. You can also go on my website, schedule a call. We can definitely talk through some things to make sure that your website is effective for 2024. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great afternoon. Have a great evening. Have a great morning. Shoot, whatever time you're watching this, I hope that it's awesome, and I'll see you later.